This video is going to show you how to wind your bobbin. And what that essentially means is how to put thread onto this little green piece right here. The bobbin is very important when you machine stitch because it goes right in the bottom of your machine just like that. And your top thread will be placed in your machine up like this. While you sew, your needle is going to take your thread and push it down below your bobbin and grab that thread. Essentially, it's going to form a chain, and it's going to chain all as you sew, making machine stitching way stronger. So I'm going to show you how to put thread on it because I'm not going to do this for you. We also want to make sure that your thread and your bobbin match. So in this case, it doesn't match. So this bobbin wouldn't work for my project. So I'm going to grab an empty bobbin or make a bobbin empty so I can fill it with black thread. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. First, you'll lift up your lid and you'll place your bobbin on the black bobbin spindle, which goes right here. There's going to be a little insignia on your bobbin. It's got like a little H on it right there. That H needs to be facing you. If you put it on wrong, it literally won't stay. It'll pop off and kind of look funky. So you need to make sure that H is facing you, and it kind of just pops on just like that. Now I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to place it on the spool holder. With this particular thread, I'm going to check to make sure there's no marks in it like this. The point of this mark is to make it so I can put my thread through it so my thread doesn't unravel. But if I have that mark on the side that's going to pull the thread, it could potentially get snagged. So because I see that, I'm going to put it on this side facing this direction and it won't be a problem. So first I'm going to take my spool cap off, make sure not to lose that, and place your spool of thread on. The spool cap needs to go back on it, otherwise your thread will be pulled and everything will kind of be messy. So I'm going to put that back on there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wind my thread around these three metal pieces. I call this one flossing the tooth, this one I'm going around the mountain, and I call this one going under the hatchet. You'll see it when you get to your machine. It looks pretty similar to that. So I'm going to show you twice. Here's the first one. I'm going to take my thread and hold it like I'm flossing my tooth, and then I'm going to take my thread and go up and under, and it's going to get caught in the little tooth part. Then I'm going to take my thread and go around the mountain like that, and then it's going to go underneath the hatchet. So right there. So I floss my tooth, around the mountain, under the hatchet. I'm going to show you one more time at a different angle, so it's a little easier for you to see. So I'm going to tilt the machine like that. It's a little harder for me because I'm going to be doing it upside down, but I'm going to take my thread, hold it like I'm flossing my tooth, go up, oops, it's hard from this angle, go up and floss my tooth underneath there, around the mountain, and then under the hatchet. From there, I'm going to take my thread and wrap it over the top of my bobbin a couple of times. Now I want to show you where I'm threading that. There's a little shelf in your bobbin, and that's the best spot of where to put your thread while you're wrapping it by hand. I'm going to do it 5 or 6 times until it's good and tight. With all this leftover thread that I've got right here, I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut it off using a little knife right here. I'm going to show you a different angle. There's the little knife right there. Now that it's partially threaded, I'm going to take my bobbin and push it down, following that curve. And now, instead of my needle moving, this will move. And I'm going to push down on my pedal underneath my feet, and you'll see that my bobbin is twirling and spinning, and it's gathering all of the thread from that spool right there. You can go at a decently fast pace, but definitely keep an eye on it while you're winding your bobbin. If it doesn't look right, or if it's winding somewhere it shouldn't, go ahead and stop and restart. That's okay. What you're looking for in a good bobbin is that it's not twisted, there's not extra thread everywhere, and it's nice and even. For your project, for your first project, we want to make sure that you are filling it almost full, but not completely full. If you fill it too, not enough, then you're going to have to rethread it. But that looks good right about there. It's decently even, it looks nice, and is ready to go.